Hi, my name is John Shellman. I'm with New Ear in Atlanta, and you're watching GoTarryn TV.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy Monday, September the 21st. Welcome back to GoTarryn TV via Skype. As you can see, we're welcoming side by side Mr. John Shellman of New Ear in Atlanta. And before I let John talk to us here, I just wanted to tell everybody a little bit about him. So basically, his educational background includes such schools as West Point, University of Georgia, and some graduate studies overseas in Germany. He's a father of 5, and he's worked with establishing 8 different hearing healthcare practices throughout the Atlanta metro area. So, John, it is our pleasure to welcome you here. Welcome to GoTarryn TV.
Well, thanks, Taryn. Appreciate the introduction. Yes, I am John Shellman. I'm with New Ear in Atlanta. I'm a licensed hearing healthcare practitioner, and I've been practicing in the Atlanta area for many years and have helped literally thousands of people hear better. If anybody out there has experience with an individual or has hearing loss themselves, they know it can be devastating. I'd like to tell a little story. I called up one of my patients just the other day and was trying to schedule an annual hearing test, and his wife answered the phone, and I introduced myself. I said, "Hey, Mary, this is John Shellman with New Ear." Before I could say anything else, she said, "You've changed our lives." And it really made my day. So is that a good introduction?
I love it. That's a very, very excellent story. And that's the thing. You do change lives in this practice, and I guess my first question, with that story, you must find this very fulfilling and very rewarding, I take it?
Absolutely. Hearing loss is a devastating disorder. Not many people are aware, but it can affect many aspects of our health. Untreated hearing loss, there's strong evidence it can relate to other issues such as high blood pressure and a lot of cognitive disorders. It eventually, if untreated, can evolve into a mental health issue. The isolation of not hearing what's going on out there. I mean, most people take hearing for granted. So when you begin to lose it, usually you're the last to know. It is a family member that's telling you that something's going on, but it tends to be very isolating and can lead to such things as depression, and we've known it for years, people that practice what I do, but there must have been we've sensed that there's a correlation between untreated hearing loss and memory issues, and sure enough, in the last 3 years, Johns Hopkins finished a study that established a definitive link between hearing loss and Alzheimer's and dementia. So.
Wow.
It has some real consequences that most people aren't aware of.
That's interesting. John, how about we start from the beginning? How did you get into this field, and what got you interested in, the study of hearing?
Well, I come from a long line of hearing impaired people, and my grandmother wore one of the first portable prescribed hearing aids in the state of California. That was back then, there were the body aids that they prescribed. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those, Taryn, but it's a big microphone basically that resides on the chest area, and she used to wear it under her blouse and had wires going up to her ears, and she loved it because she experienced hearing loss for many years before she was able to be treated with that technology. Today, you probably couldn't give that away. So
right.
My mother is one of my patients. She's been one of my patients for going on 10 years now. And I've inherited her hearing loss, so I'm one of my patients. So that's how I got into it and how I stay in it.
Oh, that's excellent. Very good. And so let's talk about your practice a little bit too, John. When did you open up your practice, and can you talk about how that's been in the greater Atlanta area?
Yeah, the office is 7 and 8. I opened up about a year and a half ago, and those offices are in the Chamblee, Brookhaven area and the Tucker area. I've been practicing in the Atlanta area for over 10 years now, and I have, as I said earlier, many thousands of patients.
That's wonderful. That's excellent. And as far as your services that you provide, can we talk about that a little bit and go into discussion and detail about some of the services that they can find at New Year?
Okay. Taryn, probably 85% of what I do I would refer to as community service.
Okay.
Whereas I don't charge for those services. I think we're going to see each other next Tuesday at the Family Life Center.
That's correct.
At the Second Ponce de Leon Baptist Church.
Yes.
Twice a year, I go to the Family Life Center. I also go to all the Northern Arc YMCAs twice a year, once in fall and once in spring, and
Okay.
do free hearing screenings, complimentary hearing screenings, and that's my service to the community to get the word out. Like I said earlier, most people aren't aware that they have an issue, but maybe one of their family members has mentioned the TV's getting louder, or they're having to repeat things more often. So they come to the Family Life Center, the YMCA, or their local church, and they see that there is a hearing screening. They say, "Well, let me see if there's any validity behind what everybody's saying," and I'll go ahead and screen their hearing and give them an idea of if there's are any issues, and suggest that they follow up with a full hearing evaluation.
Wonderful, very good. And I'm glad you mentioned that for the folks watching out there. Actually, it will be Tuesday, as John mentioned, the 22nd, and you'll be there. I think, is it 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. you'll be there, John? Is that right?
Well, I'm going to set up earlier. I generally start at 8:30.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
When I do these screenings, but I'll be there till 2. They have an open house, and that is from 11 to 2.
Okay.
So I want to be there during that time to support their open house. But I try to catch the early risers that go there. They have a wonderful workout center there, and there are a lot of people that go there and work out in the morning before they go to work. So I'll be there from around 8:30 till 2.
8:30, great, good. It'll be nice to meet you physically in person then too. So I look forward to meeting you there. John, yeah, let's talk about now some of the products, and I'm going to preface this by just bringing up my mother, for example. My mom, who is in her 60s, which, as we know, that's not by any means of aging, nowadays. 60 is the new 40 is what they say. And so basically, I'll just say this flat out. I think my mom sees signs of hearing loss as getting older, and I think that that's a problem some people have. And my mom, I've noticed, has had hearing loss. I mean, there are times where, as you just mentioned, I have to talk a little louder or repeat ourselves and such things like that. And one of the things, like with my mother, I think, she doesn't have one yet, but she's been talking about, well, hearing aids make you look old. I don't want to, get older. So I'm sure you hear that a lot, and Second Ponce de Leon, the Family Life Center gym, is of an elderly population, more so in the 70s and 80s of age median. So how do you address that when you have people come in and they say, well, gosh, I don't want a hearing aid because it makes me look old? Or can you talk a little bit about that, and then also talk about aesthetically what you've found? Has anything changed with that?
Sure, Taryn. One of the common misunderstandings is that hearing loss is an elderly person's disease, and it's one of the reasons I do as much community service as I do. It really is not. The fact is, the average person has pretty darn good hearing well into their 70s. Some people well into their 80s.
Oh wow! Okay.
It really is only about 15–20% of the population that deals with hearing loss before that age. They reach that age, and
okay.
most of what I see is a genetic-based hearing loss, or it's a genetic predisposition for hearing loss that runs in families. Of course, the other side is the occupational or medical side of hearing loss. So I try to get the word out that it's not necessarily an older person's disease. Okay, most of us do wear out by the time we're in our late 80s, and
okay.
Hearing is one of those. But To directly come around to your question, a lot of people do equate hearing issues with old age, and wearing a hearing aid they think will make them look older. The fact is the technology has gotten so miniaturized, people just don't notice that they're wearing hearing aids because they're really small.
Okay.
In fact, I think a great example of that is what my wife told me, and I've said this probably 10,000 times since she told me this. She said, John, people notice when you don't wear your hearing aids.
Ah.
Everybody knows you can't hear because you're always going, what? And leaning up. She says, you look like an old man. If you'll find something that'll work for you and that you'll wear all the time, people won't notice you have a hearing loss. So
I really like that. I think that's very powerful. I like that. Maybe I could try that with my mother.
I do, and if you'd like, Taryn, once we meet, we can talk a little bit more about her and see what we
Yeah.
can do to get her in. Okay.
Yeah, that would be perfect. I would really appreciate that, John. Okay, let me ask you this, John. How did you come up with the name New Ear? Where did that develop from?
New Year has actually been around for many years. It's obvious, you get new ears. Of course, it's not spelled N-E-W, it's N-U-E-A-R, and I can't claim the original idea. I think it was probably somebody that has better marketing sense than I do, but I like it. I like the colors associated with it. So, I've adopted it for my logo.
I love it. Yeah, I mean it's very pretty, and again, we're going to give the website out here in a second too for everybody watching, so everybody get a pen and paper. But before we do that, let me ask you this, John. Let's talk about what people can expect when they first come to you and meet you and your team. I know on your website we talk about something called customized care and solutions. Can you talk a little bit and go into detail about your quality policy as well as your follow-up care and service, please?
Sure. When people first come to see me, the majority of my patients I do originally meet at a health fair, such as at the Ponce de Leon and the Ponce de Leon Family Life Center on Tuesday. And basically what I do is I have my instrumentation calibrated so that if they have normal hearing, they should hear the test tones even in that environment. I do a video otoscopic exam, show them inside their ears to make sure it's not just wax, and go ahead and present tones that they should hear once again if they have normal hearing. If they miss some of the tones, I suggest they do a full evaluation. And I tell them, you can come in and see me. Usually the agreement I have with the institutions such as the YMCA's and the Family Life Center are that I'll do a follow-up full evaluation at no charge in my office. It doesn't take, it takes about an hour and a half to do the full evaluation. And after that, if we do establish that there is some technology that might help them, I go ahead and make recommendations, try to give them as much information as they can so that they can make as wise choice as possible moving forward. As far as I think your question involved quality guarantees. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Most instrumentation that comes from a reputable provider and not a big box store, things like that, are fully backed up by at least a year's warranty. And one of the things I do is I tell my patients I'll go ahead and evaluate your hearing on an ongoing basis, at least annually, because your hearing changes, and adjust your instrumentation at no charge.
Beautiful. I think that's wonderful, John. Well, I'll tell you, this past 15 minutes has just flown by very quickly. It went by fast. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. But before we end this, can I please ask if there's anybody watching right now and they're ready to schedule an appointment, or if they want to learn more about your practice, how can they get in touch with the team of New Ear in Atlanta?
Either number will work, but I always have my phones going to one location. But my office in the Dunwoody, Brookhaven area is 770-458-8436.
Okay.
Tucker location is 770-938-1397. Of course, you can go out to www.newear.com www.atlantanewear, and that's spelled NUEAR.com, or www.tuckernewear.com. So those are the best ways to reach us.
Perfect. Very good, John. Well, that's wonderful. And again, folks, if you're watching and you need to get that one more time, when we fade to black after we say goodbye, you're going to see that information that John just gave out on the screen, so you can hit pause and freeze it, and you'll see his website again and the phone number again. John, really do appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for your time on this busy morning, and I really appreciate it. I can't wait to meet you in person. And again, keep doing the great job and changing lives for the better.
Okay, well, thank you, Taryn. You've done a great job, and I've enjoyed it.
Well, likewise. And again, I'll look forward to meeting you on Tuesday in person, John, and shake your hand, too.
All right, very good. We'll talk about your mother, right?
Let's do that. Let's make that a priority. I appreciate that.
Okay, very good.
Very good, John. I'll enjoy the rest of this Monday, and everyone watching, here comes John's information right now. Okay, everyone, there you have it. The great interview there with Mr. John Shulman, hearing aid dispenser of Atlanta New Year. You saw his information there. Hope you took it down. And I hope if you live in the greater Atlanta area or near Buckhead, you'll come tomorrow. Check us out tomorrow, Tuesday, September 22nd, around lunchtime, and he'll be there. And I hope that you get a chance to meet him and his fine team of Atlanta New Year. So make sure you check them out and get your Monday started off, and your week will be off to just a wonderful start. A few other things that you could do in the meantime, in addition to checking out Atlanta New Year, I invite everyone out there watching, if you would please be so kind, and to check out this website link right here at the bottom of your screen, www.GoTarryn.tv. And when you go there, bookmark that as a favorite to your web browser and tell 2 people about that website today. And a few other things that I can ask of you, if you haven't done so already, please make sure to like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, follow GoTarryn on Twitter, and that way you'll stay connected with this guy right here, Tarryn, the traveling trainer, master of the personal training universe, who, with GoTarryn Personal Training, tells you that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week. And tune in this Thursday, because this Thursday is coming up very soon. On Thursday, you will be seeing a one-on-one Skype interview with our very next guest out of Colorado, Mr. Jason Wood. We'll be looking forward to talking to him then, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you then, too. Take care, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.